So, would you like to know how I get almost 20,000 visits each month in my Etsy shop? Well, in today's video I'm going to break down all the traffic sources that one of my Etsy shops has. This is my most successful Etsy shop that generates 5 figures each month. In this shop I usually get each month between 28,000 and 20,000 visits each month, depending on the time of the year. We are going to talk about internal and external traffic sources and the percentage that these take up in my Etsy traffic. I do run some limited Etsy ads and I am decreasing that each month. In the past few months I've been decreasing it, but Etsy ads is a small part of my Etsy traffic, as you will see in the upcoming minutes. But without any further ado, let's see my actual traffic sources in my Etsy shop. As you can see on the screen, this year I got 240,000 views and we are in the month of November, so we still have 1.5 months to go in the year 2022, and I am positive that we will hit 260 to 70,000 visits for the year of 2022, which I consider to be really good. Just a note, the beginning of the year was better for me, and in the beginning of summer Etsy changed their algorithm and that kind of screwed with my shop. I have 800 plus listings, and to redo all of them according to the new Etsy SEO standards is very time consuming, to say the least. In the new year, that is one of my goals in the beginning of the next year, the end of this year, to try to optimize some of my best-selling items so that they will be more visible in the Etsy world. Now let's take a look at each month separately and let's talk about it. In January we started out with 28,000, then February 26,000, March again 28,000, and from here we go downhill with the Etsy algorithm change. April 23,000, May 23, 21, almost 22,000, 21,000, 19,000, and we had almost 20,000 in the month of October. Month of November is looking kind of sad now, but with the Black Friday sales event coming up, I am positive that we will surpass 20,000 visits this month. Now, let's take a look at the internal and the external traffic sources. In the internal traffic sources, we have the organic Etsy traffic, which comes from good SEO. And in the internal traffic sources, we can also include Etsy ads because it is generated within the Etsy platform. And the external traffic sources are Google or direct traffic and social media. Now, as you can see from the percentage of the traffic for my shop, you don't necessarily need social media to get traffic into your Etsy shop. It helps if you have some good social media pages set up that drive traffic to your Etsy shop. I believe that these days Instagram and TikTok are the best, but if you know how to use it, Pinterest is a very good tool as well. Now let's break down each of these traffic sources and let's talk about them in my particular Etsy shop. So I got most of my visits from the Etsy app and in-browser version of Etsy. And here we can see, if we click on it, how it involved, and this takes up 44% of my Etsy traffic, as you can see it up here. We can see the same trend, of course, that we saw in the overall graph. We started out very strong at the beginning of the year, and after the Etsy algorithm change, it just went downhill. You can also see how many renewed listings I had when I hover over the months, and how many new listings I added. So that could be one reason why my Etsy shop isn't working as good as I would like, because I haven't added any new items. Now I'm adding new items heavily in the month of December and November also. I am ready with a big number of digital products that I want to add, and I already started it, but I haven't done anything to promote it yet. That is on my to-do list. And as you can see, I started adding new items slowly. June, July, when I saw that my numbers are dropping, I started creating and adding new items. And as you can see, in September I already added 21 items, in October only 3, but in November I already added 13 items. So by the end of the month I think that I will add at least 30 items. new items. Okay, let's go back and let's see the Etsy search. This is more of a hectic one. I don't know why it is not showing anything for January until March. I think it's a bug in their system, but it shows some good numbers for the rest of the year. I think this has a bug in it at the moment, and this part takes 13% of my traffic. Okay, now let's see Etsy SEO and Etsy marketing. This does not include the Etsy ads traffic. We have that in a separate category. It has its own category in the Etsy traffic source breakdown list. So 17% of the traffic came from this source, and it hovers usually around 3,500. That is the average, I would say. Now I will not go back to the other menu, but let's see social media here. I didn't get as much traffic from social media as I would like, and I also stopped Pinterest ads in the beginning of April or end of March, something like that, and I restarted it in the fall, like 1 or 2 months ago, and it is not working as well as I hoped. I will have to examine that, and we will have to see why it is not working as well as I wanted. Yes, and here you can see the amount of visits that I got each month from social media. Okay, let's see direct and other traffic. These are already external traffic sources. I usually get around 4,000 visits a day, and this is also from Google. This is very important to note that this comes not just from people typing in your items by name, but it also represents the searches where people found you in Google, not on the Etsy platform directly. And this was 21% of my traffic, and I think that Google sending me 21% of my traffic means that I'm doing something right with my Etsy SEO, because Etsy is starting to link its SEO strategies to Google's, because it wants to dip into Google's audience as well. Okay, and last but not least, let's see advertising. This was 2% of my traffic. So for the Etsy ads, the best month was the month of May, when we had 850 visits from the Etsy ads. And here we got less and less. But as I mentioned, I decreased my Etsy ads budget. It's only $7 a day now. It used to be 10, and then I decreased it to 8 and now to 7. And I'm considering to decrease it even more. But I will see it after the Black Friday event is over. So that is the breakdown of the traffic in my Etsy shop. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about the percentages? Am I relying too much on the Etsy platform and the Etsy algorithm? I put a lot of work into my Etsy SEO when I created the items. I just need to update them to fit today's criteria, but it is a lot of work. Or would you rely more on social media? I have to admit that I do not have any Instagram or TikTok accounts for my Etsy shop, separate accounts, because at the moment I do not have the time and the energy and the capacity to create content for each of those pages. I do have my own Instagram account. You can follow me there. I also post some snippets from my life, my Etsy shop, my day-to-days as an Etsy digital product creator and seller. Thank you very much for watching today's video. If you liked it and if you found it helpful, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you will never miss another video in which I talk about all things digital products and making money online. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!